Apple gives away 4 months of Apple Music to military and veterans. Apple releases Magsafe powered chargers. The UK is set to go green. Google is ready to get rid of Google Hangouts, and more from today's tech news. For a while now, we've heard rumours that Google's working on its own chip for the Pixel phone named Whitechapel, and the latest information is that the chip will combine the technologies of both Google, Samsung and AMD using a 5nm production process. Although the performance is not quite on par with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888, Google will integrate machine learning and artificial intelligence technology into its chip. And this should mean that the user experience should be able to meet the needs of most users. And according to the report, that the addition of AMD will have a relatively large improvement in graphics performance. However, a Samsung-made Google processor with AMD graphics is still a bit of a distant future, and it's still an interesting policy. So that's what they are looking at the rumours at the moment. Obviously, it doesn't surprise me that we may see a partnership with Google and Samsung, because they've already announced that they are starting to work more closely together, and something like this should be a massive boost to Pixel users definitely on there. I don't know whether or not it's going to obviously outperform Apple's silicone itself, but it's definitely a move in the right direction. If you're a Google Hangouts user, you've probably gotten an update last night to version 39 of the Google Hangouts app in the Play Store. And in that one, there's been found code which has been published by 95 Google. And in there, it's going to start giving prompts to say that the app is actually going away. And this is actually going to be going from Google Hangouts Chat to the new named Chat app as well. And the message on there is, it says, it's time to switch to chat. Hangouts is going away soon, so switch to Google Chat now. And then it says, your recent Hangouts conversations are ready for you in chat. Hangouts is going away soon, so switch to chat in Gmail now. And your recent Hangouts conversations are ready for you in Gmail. So with these messages, obviously, you know that your chat history isn't going to be lost. It's actually copied over by Google as well. And the writing's been on the wall for this since about 2018. And so it's been a while coming. So if you haven't switched it over yet, now is the time that you may want to start considering to change over to Google Chats. Google has finally brought in a 60-minute group video calling limit for Google Meet users with a free Gmail account. Previously, the Meet service was originally just for paying G Suite members with unlimited 24-hour group calls, and that was actually made free in April 2020 to obviously try and beat off the competitor Zoom during obviously the pandemic and the working from home. And that was then pushed forwards to go towards March 2021 when it was set to expire. And then again, it was pushed forward to June 30th as well. So now you get up to 60 minutes free on the free account. And Google will continue to allow non-paying users to make one-to-one calls for as long as they want. So you don't actually have to pay anything on that one if you just want to do a one-to-one call with family, friends, or actually work related as well. If you want to do group ones for over 60 minutes, it will require a minimum of $7.99 monthly cost for a Google Workspace subscription for individuals. So going forward, Gmail account holders will get a notification at 55 minutes that their Meet group call is about to end. And to extend the call, the host can upgrade their account. Otherwise, the call will end at 60 minutes on there. Now, Zoom has a similar feature, but every time we used it during the pandemic, it did notify us that we had reached our limit, but it was actually extending that. Now, I haven't used Zoom for quite some time, so I'm not too sure if that still is the case. But like I say, if you plan on having one-to-one calls with Gmail, then you can do that free, and you can have up to 60 minutes free as well. So I think that's actually a good thing from Google.
Today's episode is sponsored by Creatively Social. Creatively Social helps you in building your social media platforms for your business to thrive. By helping you to provide fresh content, marketing, and engagement for your business, taking the pressure off you. Save yourself hours in your day for a better work-life balance. Get in touch at creativelysocialvia.com.
Even though the 4th of July celebrations have already passed, there are still some offers out there, and this time it's Apple Music is offering 4 free months of Apple Music subscription to US military and veterans who have never subscribed to the service before. So currently Apple offers a 3-month free trial, but if you're a military or a veteran, then you can get the special offer where you can get up to 4 months of subscription for free. And you just need to follow the links on the 9 to 5 Mac article, which I will put in the description of this, so you can actually get those for 4 months free of charge. You will need to verify with ID.me, and if obviously you're a veteran or an active serving military, then you've probably used the Verify ID Me before. So if you're not in any of those and you were hoping to try and get the 4 months offer, unfortunately you're going to be out of luck without this identification. Yesterday evening, Apple launched the new Magsafe battery pack accessories, and the battery pack comes in white and costs $99, and is compatible with the new iPhone 12, iPhone 12 mini, iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max. And obviously they are the ones that only support the current Magsafe technology. With the upcoming iPhones in the future, they will probably have the same technology as well, and I can see that this is probably going to go ahead and support future iPhones there. So this replaces the battery packs case covers that you had for the previous iPhones in the past, such as the iPhone 7, iPhone 8 and things like that. And this one, you just stick it on the back there, and you can actually charge your phone as you're using it. And obviously if you have a Magsafe charging case on there, then this will go over the top of there as well. And that actually came out just before Apple released the new iOS 14.7 release candidate. Now, Apple says that the total battery capacity of the Magsafe battery pack is 1,460 milliamp hours. And Apple says that while on the go, the accessory can charge a phone with up to 5 watts of power. If you connect the battery to a power source of at least 20 watts, it can charge your phone with up to 15 watts of power as well. And you will need to be running the latest 14.7, which I just mentioned. Now, 14.7 release candidate is for those who currently have the beta, and you should be getting a full public release of that next week as well. So whilst the battery pack is on the iPhone, you'll be able to see that status in the notification center that it is charging, and obviously on the lock screen with the batteries widget as well. Owners might get a notification that's saying that the iPhone will only charge up to 90%. If you want to charge past 90% using the Magsafe charging pack, open the control center and press and hold the low power mode and then tap continue. Okay, so in the news, Britain is said to ban the sale of new petrol and diesel heavy goods vehicles from 2040 as part of a broader package for the green initiatives aimed at achieving net zero emissions from all forms of transport in 10 years' time. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is seeking to elevate Britain's environmental credentials as he prepares to hold the United Nations Climate Change Conference, which is known as COP26 in Scotland later this year. The government said that it would ban the sale of smaller diesel trucks from 2035 and larger ones weighing more than 26 tonnes from 2040 or earlier if feasible. It also set out plans to create a net zero network by 2050 and ensure a net zero domestic aviation emissions by 2040. Now, somebody who lives in Britain and seeing the state of the railway at the moment, that definitely seems as a big challenge set out by the government there. But let's hope that they can do that, and hopefully the cost of transportation, which are better ecologically, will come down in price, because at the current prices there, it is going to be a tough challenge for anyone to swallow on that one. Now, on to something that I actually have been enjoying this week. I've been listening to a podcast series by The Wondery, and it's called Business Wars. And this one is called Vaccine Wars, and it actually covers the race to discover the details behind the COVID variant and how the companies work together to produce vaccines en masse. And it's definitely an interesting subject, and it is a total of 7 episodes. And I'm going to play a little clip now for the beginning of the first episode, so make sure you check that out as well. I put a link in the description below.
January 3rd, 2020, Shanghai, China. 44 infections, 11 seriously ill. A motorbike courier zooms down the road towards the plain gray building of the Shanghai Public Health Clinical Center. He pulls up at the entrance and races inside carrying a metal case covered in biohazard signs. I have an urgent delivery for Professor Zhang Yongzheng. It's from Wuhan. Zhang is one of China's foremost virologists, an expert in decoding the genetics of previously unknown pathogens. A mysterious illness is spreading in the city of Wuhan in central China, and it's Zhang's job to identify the culprit. The case is rushed to a biosecure room in Zhang's lab. Inside the room, a technician in a hazmat suit opens it and carefully lifts out a test tube. It's a sample of lung fluid from a 41-year-old hospital patient in Wuhan. Zhang and his team work non-stop for the next 40 hours to isolate the virus and piece together its genetic makeup.
Well, that's it for today, guys. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to share this with your friends and your family, and give us a 5-star rating if you've actually enjoyed this. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.